everybody, and welcome to the Backstory with Tori Bailey. Apologize that we were not available last night on air as we had planned at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of technical difficulties here at the house and was not able to go live. So I went ahead and wanted to go ahead and bring the episode to you today, and I want to say welcome back if you are returning to view us, and if this is your first time, welcome to the Backstory with Tori Bailey. The Backstory with Tori Bailey, I just like to take a brief few moments and just kind of talk a little bit about the different books that I've written and what's inspired me, and answer some of your questions. So if you have if you've read any of my books, definitely visit my website, readtoribailey.com, and submit your question, and I'll be happy to answer them during one of our episodes. So again, welcome, and we're excited that you're tuning in for this episode today. Just kind of a little bit of personal things. We always like to take a moment and just kind of share a little bit of the week since our last viewing. We got a lot of rain in the past couple of days, and we want to say that we are very thankful for that. Very much needed, and especially I know my readers up in the North Georgia area that's been dealing with the wildfires, and any of my readers that are up in the Tennessee area, I know you guys have probably, have been very thankful to see the rain come through, and especially those of you in the Gatlinburg area. We have definitely know you've been in our thoughts and prayers. And it looks like we have a special visitor today. Yes, this is Zippy. Zippy is one of my rescue cats, and he is also my office manager, and he's not shy. And hey Zippy, it's nice to see you drop in today. Yes, he's making sure that I am working so I can, afford to buy his kibbles and his treats. He loves his treats. But anyway, I have 4 rescue cats, and Zippy is one of them. And if you'll notice that Zippy is missing an eye, and a little backstory about that is the way we came about getting Zippy is actually I got him. I used to buy my cat food at a local store that had rescue cats, and it was about this time of the year. And I went in to buy the cat food, and Zippy was about a year old, and he was in the cage next to some cute little adorable kittens. And when he lifted his head and looked at me with his little single eye, he just stole my heart. And I told him, I says, you know what? If you're here after Christmas, you're going to have a home. I will take you home. Because, deep in my heart, I knew, it's hard to compete a 1-year-old cat to the cute little fuzzy adorable kittens that was next to him. But I also already had 5 cats in my household, and my husband was threatening to kick me out if I brought another one back home, and because I'd save all the cats in the world if I could. But anyway, went back after Christmas as promised, and Zippy was there. So I adopted him with some Christmas money that my in-laws gave me. So I always say that they didn't know it, but they helped my habit with the cats and put another grandcat in the family with us. And Zippy was found as a feral kitten and had a really bad infection, which is the reason why he lost one of his eyes. And but the reason why he got the name of Zippy is because he didn't come with that name. He actually came with the name Snee, and I didn't really like that name. So when he came into the house, and of course everybody got over their normal hissing and growlings and accepted that Zippy was going to be a part of the family, one of his personality traits came out, which is this cat literally floats on air. He zipped all over the house, and we have stairs in our house, and he would just literally just launch himself down the stairs and stick his landing like a perfect gymnast on the foyer floor, and just about floated up the stairs. So that's how he got the name Zippy, because he zips around the house. And Zippy had a very special honor this year. His short story, Zippy's Greatest Adventure, actually was published in the Chicken Soup for the Soul, My Very Good, Very Bad Cat. So if you're in a bookstore this Christmas, just cruise right over to the Chicken Soup for the Soul section and pick up a copy of My Very Good, Very Bad Cat, and you'll read about Zippy's Greatest Adventure, which is the day he propelled himself out the second story window of one of my guest bedrooms, and I was just definitely sure I had lost Zippy that day. But I turned around and looked at the windowsill, and there was Zippy hanging on for dear life, hanging outside the window of my house. I don't know how this cat did a 180-degree turn midair with that one eye just looking up at me like, Mom, do something, don't just stand there. And I brought him back in the house, and that inspired me for the short story, Zippy's Greatest Adventure, which we did get published in the Chicken Soup for the Soul, My Very Good, Very Bad Cat. So that's a little bit about Zippy, and it won't be, I mean, never be surprised when you see one of my fur children drop in for an episode. So we're busy getting ready for Christmas here at the house. Hopefully we're going to get our Christmas tree up this weekend and get it started looking like the Christmas season for us. And I did get a question this week that I kind of wanted to talk about, and it's from Marla in Augusta, Georgia. Marla, thank you for visiting readtoribailey.com and submitting your question. And thank you for reading my first two books, A Second Chance at Goodbye, which is the first in the Coming Home series, and the second, Ethel's Song. And Marla's question is, she said she loved my character Aunt Ethel, and she wanted to know what inspired me for writing Aunt Ethel's character. And that's a very great question. And what inspired me with Aunt Ethel is aunts have always been an important part in my life. I have been blessed to have some really great aunts in my life that have helped inspire me and encourage me and be there and support me when I needed, when I needed that extra relationship in my life. And so I kind of want to give a shout out to three of my aunts that have always been very special and near and dear to my heart. Two of them are my mom's sisters, my Aunt Linda and my Aunt Claudia. I used to spend a lot of my summers between their two houses. My Aunt Linda has 4 children, so I grew up really close with her children, so that helps, help create a really close bond with the cousins. And if you read my books, you'll notice that I bring extended family relationships into the characters, like having strong cousins, because cousins are just extended brothers and sisters. It was always fun to go and hang out at my Aunt Linda's house during the summer months. Even as I grew up and moved from my hometown of Washington, Georgia, and was beginning to start my life out in the Athens area, Aunt Linda just opened her home up to me. I was just like another child to her, as far as she opened her home up to me and gave me a place to stay while I was, trying to, get into college and get into finding a job to where I could take care of myself. And she's always been, she's just always had a really good listening ear, and has always been filled with good advice. And I always loved spending time with my Aunt Claudia, because my Aunt Claudia and I are kind of close in age in a lot of ways, because she was still in high school when I was born. So she was kind of like the young cool aunt, the one that understood the same type of music I like listening to the Eagles. And so, she's always kind of been like the fun older sister for me in a lot of ways. So, I love each one of those two aunts very dearly, and each one of them brings a special meaning to my life. And then my third aunt, which is my Aunt Louise, which was my dad's sister, she was also another fun aunt. She was the one that you could call if you wanted to go clubbing or anything like that, when I used to do that in my younger years. But my Aunt Louise, she embodies a lot of the traditional Southern woman who likes to cook for her family and cares for her family and shows her love for her family through her food. And there's a lot of great memories there with my Aunt Louise, and her nickname is Tootsie. And she's just always going to be the life of the party. And when I married my husband, I got blessed with another aunt, which is my fourth favorite. I'm not ranking them in order, but favorite aunt, which is my Aunt Margaret. And my Aunt Margaret lives up in Champaign, Illinois. And if you're watching today, Aunt Margaret, hey, Aunt Margaret, hope you're not getting any snow. But I the things I love about my Aunt Margaret is I always think of, when I think of Aunt Margaret, I think of a rebel without a cause. I mean, she is the rebel in the family. She is going to be the one that's going to bring a fresh, unique perspective to things. And she is, whereas I'm a huge cat lover, she loves dogs. And so she has two wonderful companions, Dagby, and I think the other one is Daphne, dogs that she has that keeps her company. But she's, you know, I always love her spirit. She has a great spirit about her. So when I started creating Aunt Ethel, I thought about what each aunt brought to me personally. And then I put all of those elements into Aunt Ethel. And Aunt Ethel comes with the sage wisdom that can kind of, she's not going to tell you what to do, but she's going to kind of give you her perspective on things and kind of try to let you make your own decision. But she's going to kind of try to, you know, just give you a fresh, her experiences and her life experiences. She loves to cook, which is, you know, that brings in my Aunt Louise, and my Aunt Claudia is also an awesome cook too, and she's a great baker. She did all of the wedding cakes for all of her nieces and nephews in the family. And then, you know, the fun, spunky side of her was, you know, a little bit is my Aunt Margaret, because Aunt Ethel does have a little bit of spunk to her. So that's how I developed the character Aunt Ethel. And when you read Love Made from Scratch, you're going to meet another wonderful aunt, which is Aunt Bunny, who is Aunt Ethel's counterpart in Jess and Cass's life, because Jess and Cass are going to be new characters for you. They're going to play you very important roles in helping Thomas find love in his life, and Aunt Bunny is their Aunt Ethel. So anyway, thank you again, Marla, for that wonderful question. I do appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions about anything about the books or my writing process, definitely visit my website, readtoribailey.com, and submit your question. It's on the homepage. You can just click on the backstory, submit your question, and I will try my best to answer them in my next episode. So anyway, again, I apologize that I was not here Thursday night, but if the good Lord's willing, as my mama used to say, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, hopefully we'll see you guys again this coming Thursday night at 8 p.m. And until then, make sure you share this to all your friends and let them know that they can definitely order any of my books, or if you want to, off of my website, readtoribailey.com, for Christmas. Also keep in mind that you can pre-order Love Made from Scratch, and for the month of December only, the pre-order is $12.95, and we are not charging a shipping fee. And all of the books ordered through the website will be personalized and signed to the person that's receiving it. Again, thank you for logging in and visiting us here at the Backstory with Tori Bailey. And I hope everybody has a good, safe weekend. And if you're watching the SEC Championship game, I hope your team wins. I won't tell you who I'm pulling for, but I will be watching the game. And I wish everybody safe and a happy weekend. Thanks very much, and y'all have a great day.